In this video of DesignWorks, we're going to show the scan to CAD workflow for Artec Studio 12. We'll show you how to scan your object, clean up the scans, align the scans, fuse the scans together, and export direct to SolidWorks. First, we will scan our object in Studio 12. Notice the frame capture rate and the field of view scale. These values will vary dependent upon the scanner that you purchase from Artec 3D. In this case, we're using the Artec Spider. In this particular case, for Alex the Gnome, we want to capture as much data as possible. You'll notice that the option in the scanning tab is set to capture geometrical features as well as the color texture of the object. This will be important in further steps later in the video. We want to make sure that we get good overlap on the scans. Now each frame is registered, and we're going to go into our editor tool, and we are going to manually clean up the scans that we've created. So I'm going to isolate the one that we want to work on. Select the eraser tool. There are several tools within Studio 12 that you can use to edit your scan data. This process has been automated in the latest release for Artec Studio 12. Once the scans are visually what we want, we will need to align them and register the scans to one another. Simply click the Align command. Since we captured both the geometrical shape and the color texture of the object, we can select this option in Studio 12 to automate this alignment. This is a very robust tool and seems to work very well on all scan data. Once the alignment is complete and the registration of the multiple scans to one another, we will go and use the Fusion tool. We want to select the Sharp Fusion command from the toolbar, and then we will create a watertight mesh file. You can either take this direct to the 3D printer software, or as in the case, direct to CAD for surfacing or making edits to geometry. Simply go to File, Export to SolidWorks, and you'll notice that the DesignWorks plugin loads automatically. It'll open an existing part file with the mesh preloaded into the workspace. And again, notice that this is a watertight mesh file. So using the DesignWorks for SolidWorks plugin, we can define a midplane about the mesh using our selection tool. We can select the entire mesh, and we want to wrap this mesh or convert it to surface bodies with our auto surfacing command. Once this algorithm is complete and the surfaces are created, you'll notice that we get a deviation map for the surfaces that are created, and they display how accurate we were able to fit the imported scan data. So we can rotate it around, mouse over, and it shows us the value. Hit your green confirmation corner, and you'll notice that the surfaces are now in your tree. We're going to go and trim up these surfaces about the midplane and knit those surfaces together to create a solid body. Now you have your solid body from mesh data directly inside SolidWorks. You can edit these surfaces using the freeform tool or other surfacing commands within SolidWorks.